welcome back to the Paranormies present the Ahnenerbe Hour. I'm Johnny Monoxide. Joining me this week, I have Adam Haidt, Hazzard McRee, Greyfield Stray, and a new friend of ours, Sandy. What's happening, guys?
Hello.
Not too much, just for the one-time disclosure. Sand Groper to those who know me.
Right on.
Does that mean you actually enjoy like groping the sand, or are you sandy upon being groped? I need clarity here. My autism won't stand it.
We need.
Okay, for your autism, I'm a cricket, mate. I'm a type of naked mole cricket. Whatever that does for you.
Well, that's nursing it, man. I'm 10 out of 10.
We got some real Greyfield hours tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we got real Greyfield hours tonight. Due to the fact. You go ahead, Hazzard.
Well, we're actually recording during the witching hour.
It is the witching hour for some of us.
This is intentional, and not because somebody who's running on Italian people time kept everybody waiting.
Right. That would be my fault.
Is he running on Italian people wages?
I'm not running on Italian people. I'm running on white person wages, though. That's for sure. Yeah, we don't just pay. We don't just
WP wages.
CPT, yeah, and WPW. I mean, yeah, whatever the fuck you say it. All right, yeah,
WPW. I think I worked for them.
Yeah, I was working. I went from having 5 days in a row off and being a NEET for a few days to getting a phone call at 7 o'clock this morning. Hey, Johnny, you want to come into work today? I'm like, yeah, sure. You know, it won't be there 8 till whatever. Okay, cool. I get there at 8. You know, work, lunch, blah, 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 3:30. Oh, yeah. No, you're sticking around till 5:30. Oh, okay, cool. A couple hours overtime. 5:15 comes along. They're like, hey, take your dinner break, 5:30 to 6. We're working till about 10 tonight.
Okay. But you were able to fence in all the electricity. It didn't escape or anything.
We wrangled all the electricity in, and it is not going anywhere. And, dude, I wish they would have let me take pictures. You're not allowed to take pictures. But this conference is ridiculous. It's like a spend-off between the owner of Oracle and the owner of Salesforce to see who can spend more money on their fucking conference. The amount of money they spend on giveaways, like free stuff, like T-shirts and hoodies and backpacks, and like they have like legit. Who's the Swiss Army knife company that makes backpacks too? I forgot the name.
Switzerland.
Victoria?
What's that?
Victorinox?
Oh, Swiss gear.
Yes, Victorinox, or whatever it's called. They have Salesforce Victorinox backpacks for everybody. Like, and there's 128,000 people supposedly coming to this stupid conference.
Did you get one?
I did not get one. We do all
it then.
Well, we do all of our getting at the end of the move out. When you close it down, there's always a bunch of shit left over, and everybody just goes and rifles through it and takes stuff. So,
The important question is, Johnny, are you going to get given some electricity?
am I gonna get what?
Will you mail me a new
Are you going to
backpack?
get given some electricity? There's so much electricity to wrangle.
I brought some home in my I brought some home in my pockets. So yeah.
Good to know.
Oh man, smuggling electricity. Absolutely haram.
It's better than usual, the plums I'm smuggling. Anyways, so we are officially into October, the spooky month. You guys ready for fucking Halloween and fall and like pumpkins and ghosts and goblins and?
I'm in Texas.
Fuck yeah.
It's still gonna be hot as dicks here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm ready. I'm ready for spring and flowers.
That's right. Spring and flowers and happiness, and we're gonna get into the macabre and the evil.
See you in 6 months, guys.
See you in 6 months. You know, this is kind of cool. I have to say, we have a dingo and a Brit Bong on the show tonight. Aww.
And there's only one way to settle it. We got to fight now. Okay.
That's right.
Johnny, do you have the Mortal Kombat theme?
I don't have the Mortal Kombat theme. I should have.
Johnny.
I should.
One job.
No, I didn't have one job. First of all, we're gonna have a guest on and not tell me until I actually set the call up. That's you know.
They didn't tell me until about half an hour ago. So.
To be fair, I didn't tell you anything. You just popped up, man.
Yeah, like
I don't know who
In
anybody
my
here
defense,
is.
it seemed like a good idea at the time, and that's what I say about just everything.
right. Seemed like a good
Blame
idea.
the Texan.
That's why you keep losing your job.
It's got nothing to do with. Anyways, all right. October, Halloween. Oh man, I am actually looking forward to it. It's one of my favorite holiday seasons, starting with Halloween, then going all the way through all the rest of the crap to the end of the year. It's great.
Right. So in the UK, we don't really do Halloween.
You don't do it? You don't do All Hallows Eve or
no?
You don't do that? No?
It's really seen as just a kids thing. The trick or treating stuff, you know, like young kids will do, but we don't really do that at all. It's just not. We don't really take it very seriously at all.
Oh, you guys don't do anything for any of it, huh? That's interesting.
No, we just, it's like, oh, fuck, it's another day in October, isn't it? Yeah. got sundries to be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's... Originally, I mean, you know, like Samhain, or Samhain, as it's spelled, for us white people who don't care, you know, hey, we're the people that are like, what's the name of your country? It's Deutschland. No, it's fucking Germany. There's no reeing.
Let me tell you about the fucking Germans, man. Fucking, you know, München. It's pronounced Paris.
Right, exactly. Or no,
It's
you know.
not
Anyway,
Paris.
so in the United States, we say shit how we want to say it. What's the name of your country? España. Nah, it's too much of a pain. He has to call you Spain. That's it. So, Samhain. The Irish pronunciation is a Gaelic festival, though, marking the end of the harvest season. So you'd figure that, you know, on the islands out there in the fog, that some people would celebrate. Do they celebrate it in Ireland? You know?
I believe so. I don't know. I've never been to Ireland in October. I've only been there twice if you count me being born.
They do celebrate it in Ireland, primarily bonfires and fireworks, I think is what they do.
Is it kind of like how what happened in The Wicker Man?
I never saw the Wicker.
Well, Ireland, yeah, it is. It's
that's pretty much Ireland. That's Ireland to a T.
What's the Wicker Man? Adam, enlighten me, please.
I only know about it because of the Nick Cage meme. Oh God, not the bees.
Oh, is that what it is?
It was an old movie from
The Wicker Man. The Wicker Man is a torture scene in Brit Eklund. That's what people remember.
Yeah, man. It was a Hammer horror film from the 1970s.
Oh, okay.
Which was horribly remade a lot later, starring Nicolas Cage, and then
really
memes flowed.
It was a good movie.
The original
bear
really,
suit
Adam?
on.
What?
The original
What's it?
Wicker Man is pretty entertaining.
It's really good, and the thing is with the original one, it's actually kind of unsettling in the way that they make the main character feel very isolated. You can tell he's not really integrated into the community. They're very much sort of constantly watching him. A lot of weird shit's going on around him. It's pretty much good. But no, going to October. I actually have a few October-based facts because I thought I'd carry on from our moon facts from last week, because, you know, they were so popular. They were not popular at all. Anyway, so the Anglo-Saxons called October Winterfylleth, meaning the fullness of winter, which sounds to me like they had a mouthful of cock when they said it, but there you go.
Fallus of winter?
The fullness,
Oh,
not
the
the phallus of winter.
fallness.
But you know what? Actually, I like that better. You know what? No, it's canon now. You said it, so it's too late now. So the Welsh for October is Hydref, originally Hydref with two Ds. I don't know why they felt the need to do. Anyway, a word signifying the lowing of cattle. The October Revolution in Russia in 1917 took place in November, but at the time Russians had not yet changed from the Julian calendar. And also October is called October because it has 8 weeks and was founded by Poseidon, king of the sea.
8 weeks?
That might be a lie. I might have made that up.
Considering that, that there's usually 5, I think is the longest.
Also, more US presidents have been born in October than any other month. There you go. That's
all right.
What was the God Emperor born?
Sorry to him or sorry to me?
No, go ahead. Say that again, Adam.
The God Emperor
So
born.
when was the God Emperor born?
June 14th, 1946.
June
will never be
14th, 1940. That's right. I forgot that Johnny Monoxide, Morocco, and the God Emperor all share the same birthday.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that our future lineage confirmed?
Hey, you know, I mean, you've got that's a pretty powerful day.
Is he dog whistling us with that?
He's dog whistling. He's like, this one's for Johnny Monoxide and Morocco. We're just gonna throw it out there that I'm born on the same day as you guys. No, that's great.
Well, I mean, you know, numerology, we know a lot of things with the number 14.
This is true. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, so October, we have 5 weeks here to do shows within the month. And for all you guys listening, we are going to be doing a live Halloween show. How about that?
Oh, well, John, before we go any further, can I just interrupt you one more time? Because this one's aimed at Hazzard. October is also National Cholesterol Month.
Nice snag. All right. I'll let you interrupt my special announcement for that because that was fucking hilarious. Okay. Yeah. So we are having a live show this month for Halloween. We have not decided yet if we're going to do it the weekend before because Halloween's on a Monday this year, and I don't know how that'll go. Hey, you guys that listen to our show, why don't you let us know what you think? Should we have it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or actually have it on Halloween, that Monday?
Friday.
I know.
We could do it Friday.
I know. We've discussed. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. But in the meantime, we're going to be doing, and we'll do an episode on spooky numbers, numerology. Hazard, you like numerology, right?
Yeah, I like numerology. Numerology is actually it's really fascinating, especially in the circles we run in. There's certain numbers we all keep noticing popping up.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot to do.
I'm completely ignorant. Could somebody explain to me what numerology is?
It's basically assigning significance to various numbers. It happens in various cultures all over the world. Like in English cultures, 13 is considered to be somewhat unlucky. We'll delve into the roots of it on actually episode 13, but I know also every culture has their own distinct numerology. I mean, if you want to get into your more esoteric and arcane occult practices, you have your gramatrias, which are there's formulas that break down into assigning any given combination of letters in a word a specific numerical value, and then seeing what else has that numerical value.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, numerology and gematria are really closely tied together.
Yeah,
it goes all the way back to.
It's funny you mention that because Japan has its own obsession with the number 4. Yeah, in fact, the movie series, The Grudge, the Ju-on series, actually stemmed from a short movie called 4444444. So yeah. Yeah,
and isn't it because linguistically their word for death and 4 are almost the same? It's what's the
it's yon.
Pretty much, yeah. She.
Oh yeah, no, it's yon. The Japanese will use the word shi. It's a loan word from Chinese.
Okay.
To avoid saying yon.
Okay.
Oh.
Wait a minute. 4. So they say 4, but they say it 7 times, right? Is that related to the kill steal?
What? Kill steal?
The 7 kills steal by Zhang whatever.
Where it's mankind. Heaven nurtures man. Man has nothing good with which to recompense heaven. Kill, 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 kill.
Possibly.
Yeah, some complete lunatic. Like Asian despot who did a lot of weird shit. Like he made candles out of people's feet, like piles of like feet and stuff, and burned them.
So foot fetishist then.
Wait. Just correcting myself, wrong way around. Yeah, she is death, shit is 4, and so they now use yon for a lot of things. Wrong way around.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was she. You might be right, Adam. I'm not sure, but the 44444 in context is a phone number. Basically, a guy receives a phone call, creepy voice, then killed by.
So it's
ghosts.
from a phone number that, in the alternate meaning of she, just the phone number is death, 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 death.
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow.
It's essentially a phone call from the Reaper.
And who was phone?
A phone call from Death. Speaking of which, I'd like to get a phone call from Death. Haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Same. Listen.
I actually spoke with him a week or so ago. He's doing okay.
Nice.
He's working on his album. He's got, I think he said, funnily enough, 4 songs done for the album. He's got the album art.
I think he said 4 songs that clock in at about 14 minutes.
Oh. Spoopy.
I saw that post. Anyways, yeah. So we're gonna do numerology and see how we can tie numbers into other sorts of magic. We're gonna do an occult. Definitely do an occult episode this month. Maybe with some spooky characters like maybe Aleister Crowley, Anton LaVey, and other modern day black magic practitioners.
LaVey a shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's still, Church of Satan is still interesting enough and spoopy enough to, base part of an episode around. No?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. I'm just throwing shit at the wall and see what sticks. How about that? Now, we got to do vampires this month. And, of course, the Halloween ghosts. Wouldn't be anything without ghosts and goblins and witches.
As we're sort of going into the month of October, should we not just get the meme out the way and talk a little bit about skeletons?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I mean, there's always, anytime people think of Halloween in October, you always see skeletons. You see witches, you see ghosts, and the skeletons. Go ahead.
Occasionally you see a skeletal witch, but that's
occasionally you see a skeletal witch, but yeah. That's like a double whammy.
Called Skeleton Witch.
Skeleton Witch is badass. It's like old school, like really great thrash.
Yeah, there's some other undead creatures. What are they called? Oh, wights.
Wights.
Oh yeah, wights. It's like
but it's
like
not
an undead mage, isn't it?
It's not quite whites, but it's whites. Yes, it's Wights, and they are the undead mage. Yeah, they're.
I mean, I can think of a lot of spooky creatures. I mean, there's barghests, there's wights, there's liches.
Liches, the undead, the undead
wraiths.
Necromancers, wraiths.
Yeah, wraiths.
Oh, yeah. All sorts of spooky, creepy crawlies.
Ghosts. Spiders. I mean, this thing, you think of Halloween, you think of spiders and snakes and creepy crawlies and.
Would you agree with me if I said that the popularization of the skeletal monster is entirely down to Gary Gygax and Dungeons and Dragons?
Ooh. You know what? I don't doubt that. I think that Gary Gygax has a lot to do with the popularity of certain spooky things.
I mean, you take a look, a lot of counterculture that would begin permeating through society started off with, nerds.
Nerds with some 20-sided dice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could always make
some D&D in my day.
Oh, you mean that, man. But you could also make the argument that maybe like Ray Harryhausen, because he used to use or should I say Harryhausen? He used
Harryhausen.
a lot of skeletons in his claymation. A lot of in Jason and the Argonauts. Things like that. So
that movie was cool.
It is so cool.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's something macabre and innately terrifying about skeletons to us. We know this is the remnant. This is the remnants of someone.
Mm-hmm. It's like, I mean, it's humans literally naked. There's nothing left of them. It's just it's essentially our empty shell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's yeah. So I can understand the terror behind that. Having said that, they're also a bit silly.
Yeah, I mean, as everybody knows, bludgeoning weapons do really good damage against them real quick.
Depends on your class, though.
Break to stop it. No D&D talk.
Oh my God! We are now joined on the Autism Hour by Greyfield Stray and Hazzard McRee.
Yeah, no, I will go get my first edition Monstrous Compendium. First edition.
Johnny Monoxide has entered the call.
No, I'm not doing. I'm not doing.
Guys,
the D&D hour now.
You know what? Let's just start rolling up characters. If we start now, I'm pretty sure we do all the calculations for Thaco.
Oh, dear God.
By the time we
settled every argument.
So what was the point of this episode? Halloween, right?
Halloween in October. Thank you, Adam, the Autism Wrangler.
October.
So we have
eight-sided dice.
We have October. Stop. we have October. We have 8-sided dice. We have you guys. Oh my God, that's just hilarious. Oh, that's all I have to say to that.
So the birthstones for October are tourmaline and opal.
Oh my god, I think we're gonna kill Hazzard this episode. Please keep going.
Oh.
No,
The zodiac signs are obviously Libra and Scorpio. Any of you fall under those?
you know, I don't.
I'm a Leo.
You're a Leo.
Taurus.
I never really got into the astrological signs too much until I read like an actual definition of. I'm a Gemini, and I read like this like 4-page definition, and I was like, wow, that's exactly what I do all the
Well, it's
time.
also one of those things where if you take a look at the description, you can find traits of yourself in any freaking astrological sign.
Actually, not really, because then I went through and I read the rest of them, and whoever wrote that followed me around for a few months or something.
I bloody hope I don't find any of me in an astrological sign, because mine's a fucking goat.
What are you?
Well,
hang
I
on.
mean, you're English, not Welsh.
Hang on a minute. So the dingo here is the only one that's pure Cancer?
Oh,
As if we didn't already know that.
that joke gave me crabs.
Oh, shit.
Okay. So
This is a fucking blowout beginning to October. I love it.
it's pandemonium.
Heavy, and the action starts almost immediately.
Yep. The ghosting guys hang out over here. No,
With the trick, pull the tree. You know?
We have a couple of jack-o'-lanterns out back by the pool. It's really kind of romantic.
That's actually not.
Here we've got ghosting and whiting.
Okay.
I really like pumpkin pie.
The parties are generally split between tricking and treating.
That's a good one.
So does anyone know the symbiology of the pumpkin with
No, the jack. I suppose you're going to tell us. So please.
It's the Great Pumpkin. Charlie Brown.
Yeah, basically no.
Hold up, I've got one thing. Guys, when you get done with the spook pew, please make sure you don't leave it covered in ectoplasm.
Okay, all right. We got all 100 and 120 jokes out of the way. All right, so
And 2 or 3 of them were good.
2 or 3 exactly, and only 2 or 3 of them were good. All right, so Greyfield, you were saying the significance of the pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, well, basically, you kind of touched on it earlier. Basically, it's a symbol of harvest. The pumpkin is the seasonal vegetable of October, and clearly someone took one look at it and he goes, you know what? I can carve a bloody face into that, and then tradition happened. So,
Well, it's worth noting that for a long time people have been carving gourds for festivals, and the pumpkin was just like the logical progression in the British Isles. I think it was Ireland, actually, that the tradition of carving pumpkin started. It was either Ireland or Scotland.
well, now I hate Halloween.
Just read from that.
Ireland. It's Ireland.
You officially hate Halloween.
Yeah.
We was jack-o'-lanterns.
Well, it is the darker half of the year, so.
I mean,
that
really,
is true.
it's this time of the year. There have always been festivals around this time of the year. It's seen as, and they generally have something to do with the macabre, because the world around you starts to die. Yeah, I mean, the leaves start to turn colors, fall off. The animals start retreating, hibernating, whatever, storing food for the long winter, and the world around you dies.
That's right.
Well, the Mexicans have Dia de los Muertos, for example.
They do. Oh, yeah, I wanted to talk about that for about 5 seconds, but not right now, because they're just Mexicans.
Well, we're not going to have that here after they go back.
Right. I do. So
this is the last Halloween episode where you get a chance to talk about it, though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, that is a point.
Yeah, I suppose. But we have Halloween references. Okay, so it's a contraction of All Hallows Evening, or also known as All Halloween or All Hallows Eve, and All Saints Eve, which was celebrated in like Western Christian countries is where it kind of came from. At the time, in the liturgical year dedicated to remembering the dead, including saints, hallows, martyrs, and all the faithful departed. Now, it's widely believed that many Halloween traditions originated from the Celtic harvest festivals, which a lot of them have pagan roots. There's like Hazzard, you were just saying, there's a lot of festivals around this time of year. It's signifying the harvest and all the, like you said, it's starting to be, the days are getting shorter, the nights are getting longer, it's getting darker sooner.
And I mean, these days, we have electricity, we have lights, food on demand, everything. But back in the days when these festivals originated, the day getting shorter and the earth dying around you was some seriously scary stuff.
Mm-hmm. It really was. And that's, yeah. There was a lot of uncertain things that people didn't know. And so they made up things to go along with it, The Gaelic festival, the Gaelic festival is Samhain, or depending on which part of Ireland you're from, that was Christianized as Halloween, which is kind of funny because Halloween is all the scary, spooky, evil stuff, and it was Christianized. So it became... there's a lot of academics believe that Halloween began independently as a solely Christian holiday, which, and as a Christian holiday, that's when they started the trick or treating, or the attending costume parties, decorating, carving pumpkins, lighting bonfires, bobbing for apples, and playing divination games, visiting haunted attractions, telling these scary stories, watching horror films, whatever. It's a very Christian Western holiday, which I find very interesting that it's Christian and it's deal with so many.
With that being said, Halloween, a lot of Christians staunchly oppose the trick or treating, the costuming, and so on. They see Halloween or All Hallows Eve as an opportunity for them to visit the graves of family members.
Yes.
It's quite common, especially in a lot of areas where Christianity spread for converts, that All Hallows Eve is when you go and you decorate your the graveside of your relatives, placing candles, flowers, and so on.
Well, so in Mexico they put whiskey in cigars. Shit, part of their Dia de los Muertos celebrations, they actually put cigars and drink on the graves of their ancestors, so that because in their culture, the dead basically come back to life for the day.
Huh.
So when you want to drink, pull yourself out the ground.
According to the Satanic Bible and Satanist Anton LaVey, one of your favorites there, Hazzard, he writes that after one's own birthday, the two major satanic holidays are, Walpurgisnacht. Whatever that is.
I only know about Walpurgisnacht from Bible Black.
And,
so what actually is that?
And Halloween. So, Halloween is a high satanic holiday, apparently. Satan.
Walpurgisnacht, that's interesting, because I know that, not from Bible Black, but from Black Sabbath, the original cut they did of War Pigs before they made the lyrics all gay.
Walpurgisnacht is Walpurgisnight is the English translation. It's one of the Dutch or German names for the night of the 30th of April. It's
almost as nice as the Kristallnacht.
Well,
oosh.
Oh my God.
If such a thing had happened.
Yes.
Oh.
So it's the 30th of November, you said?
It's the 30th of April. So called because it's the eve of the feast day of Saint Walpurga, an 8th century abbess in Francia. In German folklore, Walpurgisnacht, also called Hexisnacht, literally witches' night in Dutch, believed to be the night of a witches' meeting on the Brocken in the highest peak in the Harz Mountains in central Germany between the rivers Weser and Elbe. The first known written occurrence of the English translation is from the 19th century. That's another high satanic holiday. But
do you know the story of Saint Walpurga?
No, but not in October, so we'll talk about that in April. Anyways.
So do that.
Yeah. Sold you back. Anyways.
Let's put a little bookmark in there.
We'll put a pin in this. Okay, so what else comes in? Yeah, so we were talking about Samhain, the Gaelic festival marking the end of the harvest season, the beginning of winter, and the darker half of the year. It's celebrated from the very beginning of one Celtic day to its end, or in the modern calendar from sunset on October 31st to sunset on November 1st, which places it about halfway between the autumn equinox and the winter solstice. And it's one of 4 Gaelic seasonal festivals, along with 3 words I can't pronounce. So Gaelic is hard sometimes.
Well, everyone's drunk all the time.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know, have you ever seen that?
It makes more sense after the 3rd whiskey.
Exactly. And I haven't had any whiskey, so yeah.
They're all drunk. They won't move out, and they won't get a job. Sorry, Scotland. Anyway,
it's a cattle. It's a time of like the post-harvest. You know, you're bringing the cows back from the summer pastures, and the livestock are slaughtered for the winter, and they lit special bonfires, and these bonfires had protective and cleansing powers, and there were rituals. There's always, whenever there were the Celts, there were always some sort of druidic rituals. They believed the spirits and the fairies, you know, could come in and out of the world through the bonfires. And, you know, they had, during the festival, they had feasts, obviously. You know, there's always a lot of eating and drinking. They left food outside for, you know, food and drink left outside for the souls of the dead. And they thought the souls were also thought to revisit their homes seeking hospitality. And basically, you know, coming back to roost or whatever. And mumming and guising were part of the festival, which involved people going door to door in costume or in disguise. There's the guising. And reciting verses in exchange for food. So there's your trick-or-treating. You know, another thing we took from the Irish. The Celts, not the Irish. The Celts. So... yeah, and so in the later 20th century, the Celtic neo-pagans and the Wiccans have observed Samhain, or something based on it as a religious holiday, and neo-pagans in the southern hemisphere celebrate Samhain at the other end of the year, so roughly the 1st of May will be... Sandy, so your Halloween is like May 1st, pretty much. So we'll get back with you for spooky stories in May. How about that? No. It seems that a lot of this comes from the old Irish, you know, and a
huge amount of it from the Irish, some of it from the Highland Scots.
Right,
the Welsh.
Right. The Celts, which are that whole area. Sorry, Hazzard, were you going to say something?
I'm saying I find it interesting that you know, you have all these metaphors for death, but at the same time, you have a lot of these festivals involve things that could be seen as signs of life to come. You know, the blazing of bonfires, purification rituals, etc. I just think that's a very interesting counterpoint to it.
It's certainly food for thought.
Yeah, it's very cyclical, so to speak. It's very cyclical.
Well, you've got things like skull art, which is designed to... I suppose you could also use things like... there's a name for it, a grotesque, that's it. Essentially, the idea is that you paint up something super scary to scare away evil spirits, because obviously at the time of Halloween, it's when the forces of evil are their most powerful, you know?
And then the reason for that is, according to Irish mythology, Samhain was a time when the doorways to the other world opened, and they allowed supernatural beings and the souls of the dead to come out into our world. But Samhain was essentially a festival for the dead, really, you know. In the Boyhood Deeds of Fionn says that Sid, S-I-D-H-E, Sid? I don't know how to...
She? It's she.
She? Okay, sure.
She. But that took me a long time to learn, and I'm gonna be honest, I only know that because I listened to the Dresden Files on audiobook.
No. Well, these are fairy mounds, or these are portals to the other world. They were always open at Samhain. And Eileen emerges from the other world each Samhain and burns Tara after lulling everyone to sleep. One Samhain, the young Fionn Mac Cumhail is able to stay awake and slays Eileen and is made the leader of the Fianna. So apparently that's where the dead come back through these portals during Samhain, not Samhain, Samhain.
I've just been told in my left ear by my fiance that apparently during October, the people of the Isle of Man, which is where she's from, actually celebrate their creation. The story behind that is that the giant Finn McCool threw a chunk of island into the ocean and created the Isle of Man. So there you go.
Huh.
Well,
now she must leave. Go.
Well, there's there was a lot of tales of offerings and sacrifices made at Samhain. That
2/3 of their children is the one I remember.
The 2/3 of the people of Nemed had to give 2/3 of their children, their corn and their milk to the monstrous Fomorians. And Fomorians seem to represent the harmful and destructive powers of nature, like the personifications of chaos, darkness, death, blight, and drought. The tribute paid by Nemed's people represents a sacrifice offered at the beginning of winter when the powers of darkness and blight are in the ascendant. According to the Annals of the Four Masters, which were written by Christian monks, Samhain in ancient Ireland was associated with a god or idol called Cromcroch.
What?
Cromcroch.
Cromcroch.
Cruach. Crotch.
Ooh.
The text claimed that a firstborn child would be sacrificed at the stone idol of Cromcroch, and they say that King Tigernmus and 3/4 of his people died while worshipping Cromcroch, their one Samhain. There's another legendary king, Diarmat Mac Serbal, died a threefold death on Samhain, which involves wounding, burning, and drowning, and of which he was forewarned. So, there's a lot of death and doom and gloom and
Well, slightly more cheery subject. Going back to the Christian opposition of Halloween, it's actually when they first opted Halloween as All Hallows Eve. The idea behind it was to literally mock the devil, as his greatest sin was pride.
Huh.
So every costume, all the fun you're having, you're doing it in the face of Satan and telling him to basically sod off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why a devil costume has always been so iconic with Halloween.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah. Oh, your costumes.
Especially really silly devil costume.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. Yeah.
But sticking with Ireland, Irish going back to the jack-o'-lantern as well. Irish legend has it that one day the devil himself came to take the soul of a thieving man named Jack. But Jack managed to trick the devil, making him promise never to take his soul. After eventually living a long life, Jack tried to enter the pearly gates, but could not, for he had lived a life of evil. He was then tempted to enter hell, but the devil kept his word, being no fan of Jack anyway. Then Jack complained about having no way to see. The devil laughed at him and threw him in a glowing threw him into a glowing ember, which he fashioned into a lantern using his lump of turnip in his pocket. So the original jack-o'-lantern was a turnip containing a man's soul.
Yes, actually, I'm looking at a picture right now. It's an Irish Seanalgalai. It's a turnip lantern.
I'm not even going to try.
It's a turnip lantern. That's where the original jack-o'-lantern was a turnip lantern, and it didn't have... It's kind of really creepy looking. I will link you guys this so you can see.
Okay.
But, it's it started with turnips and not pumpkins.
Oh, I found an amazing news story as well, by the way. Last year, a couple of days after Halloween, a mail carrier was making his rounds when he saw what looked like a fairly realistic dead body on a porch. Given the time of year, he decided it was simply a Halloween decoration and went on his way about reporting it. He was horrified when he later discovered it was actually the body of a man that had collapsed just hours prior. His family was distraught and felt the mailman should have done something. He lost his job.
Oh, yeah.
That's
damned if you do and damned if you don't, really.
Right.
I know, right?
But I guess the moral of the story with Jack, like almost all others, is don't try and cheat the devil.
Exactly.
And to be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think I wrote a song about that. Sorry.
Somebody did. Yeah.
So tainted candy, is it real or not?
Tainted candy?
The urban legend of the poison chocolate, the razor blade.
The legend of the razor blade. See, I grew up in the prime time for that, when people were still giving out full size, before they had these mini tiny candy bars and whatever. Literally,
Dude,
have you seen the shit? Little, these things are like a half an inch by a half an inch by a half an inch cube. That's not even enough Milky Way.
John, I completely agree, and it's about time someone addressed this point. Let me finish.
Let me finish. That's not fun size. That's barely taste size. Like, how am I going to get diabetes unless I eat an entire bag of these? Like, literally.
There's nothing fun about less candy.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, in Seppo Land, did Halloween, like, did the chocolate that was handed out used to be full-size bars?
Yes.
Like they weren't always the little family pack things.
When I was a kid growing up, we had...
Wonder America has the problems it has with weight.
Oh yeah, of course, that's part of it. You know, you always find the neighborhood that gives out the full candy bars, and that's where everybody went. But
yeah, dude.
But like then they went to the fun size bars, which were like a 2-inch Milky Way, you know, like 1.5 inches to 1 3/4. And now they have these mini things that are literally like a half an inch cube. You know,
No, I agree.
You can't even stick a peanut. If they're like the mini Snickers, you can't get a full peanut in there.
Let me tell you, man, Cadbury's, they can take my half-inch because I'm not eating that tiny shit.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Okay, well done.
Well done. All right. So, I had heard stories of the candy apples with the razor blades in them and the poison this and the poison that, and don't take homemade stuff, and, you know, and I don't know. I don't know if there was at one point, you know, there was a creep who put a razor blade in an apple and gave it to a kid. I don't know that that's not true. You know,
from what I've read, it's happened a couple of times, but it's very rare, and generally nobody gets seriously hurt because the tampering's pretty fucking evident. People
I was going to say, speaking as a man who works fairly regularly with razor blades, they're not that easy to hide.
Right. And that's the other thing is, like, how do we know that the story, like the instances where it's happened didn't happen after, you know, the urban legend had been out and somebody's like, oh, we'll just do this, and it'll be like the urban legend came true or whatever. But
are you talking like spooky clowns, where talk about spooky clowns makes people want to be spooky clowns?
Oh God, we've had so much of that recently.
Don't start with the clowns thing. I really think, well, they're remaking Stephen King's It, and I actually think that this might be some sort of marketing.
Yeah, it's probably viral marketing.
It's viral marketing. I've seen enough of this to where, like, I don't know anybody who has the time or the inclination to dress up like that and scare the shit out of people near the woods.
Tyler. Well, no.
All right. Okay. I know one guy with the inclination, not so sure if he's got the time, but
I do know some people who have the time, but I don't know how many blacks on welfare want to buy clown makeup.
Shit. We was whiteface?
Oh, God. All right. Well, we are going to be coming up on the break here pretty soon. And we got the first hour pretty much out of the way. We shit posted our way through that. A lot of Halloween stuff. We still got more stuff coming up on the other side of the break. I'm going to talk about more Halloween-y, October-y type things. We'll see you guys on the other side of the break.
I'm still standing here. I don't recognize the man in the mirror. Don't know why I'm so scared. It's just a kick in the head. It's just a kick in the head. I don't recognize the reflection of me. Don't know why I'm so scared. It's just a kick in the head. It's just a kick in the head. It's just a kick in the head. Paint me up in black and white. Paint me red through the course of the fight. He's just pretending it's a game. He'll be back to do it again. Paint me up, push me into the light. Let me rise or let me just survive. Through splintered wood and razor wire. One more time, throw me into the fire. I don't recognize the man in the mirror. Don't know why I'm so scared. It's just a kick in the head. It's just a kick in the head. I don't recognize the reflection of me. Don't know why I'm so scared. It's just a kick in the head. 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 I don't recognize the man in the mirror. Don't know why I'm so scared. It's just a kick in the head. It's just a kick in the head. I don't recognize the reflection of me. Don't know why I'm so scared. It's just a kick in the head. It's just a kick in the head. It's just a kick in the head.
All right, everybody, and we're back. I'm still Johnny Monoxide. I'm still here with Hazzard, McRee, Greyfield, Stray, Adam Haidt, and Sandy, and this is still the Paranormies present the Ahnenerbe Hour. We're talking about Halloween, October, and all kinds of other spoopy, fun, Halloween-y shit. What's up, guys?
Halloween shit posting.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what? You know what? October and scary month. Like, this is the time of year where certain, we'll call it Television channels like to do their horror movie marathons. Man, I love fucking horror movies, don't you?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to put it right out there right now. The greatest horror movie ever made is Brain Dead by Peter Jackson.
Oh, that's a tough one. The best horror movie ever is Brain Dead by Peter Jackson.
Because, for one line only, I kick ass for the Lord.
If that's what you're basing it on, that's cool.
To be fair, it's just my favorite scene from any movie ever.
It's not the cool. No, the cool is I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum.
Oh, you see now you brought Roddy Piper.
And it's Roddy Piper in one of my favorite. It's not a horror movie. They Live. They Live is great. Oh my God, They Live is such amazing, a good fucking John Carpenter.
Oh. Pandorum.
Pandorum's good.
And you've ruined it. I don't proud of yourself.
No, Hazzard comes out of left field with some weird nonsense as usual. It's fine.
Personally, for best horror film, I would nominate Battlefield Earth, but I don't think that was intentional.
You consider that a horror movie? You missed out on Scientology, man. No, I'm gonna go. My favorite Oh man, it's tough. Hellraiser 1 and 2. Like,
ooh, classics. Classic.
Yeah. Get him off me! Get him off me! And she gives him the razor blade and he gets him off. Ugh. Yeah. And then he reanimates Pinhead right there in the mattress. Just
Johnny.
Yeah. Sorry.
Johnny. We have such sights to show you.
We have such. Oh my God. I wish I had that drop. I should have had that drop ready for this. The Pinhead. We have such sights to show you. Oh my God.
We should have.
And then they ruined it. And then they ruined it with 3 and 4 and taking him in outer fucking space. God damn it.
Well, it worked for Jason.
You know, bringing back the Dungeons and Dragons thing. When the first Hellraiser came out, I actually made monster cards for the Cenobites.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. The Chatterer.
What version were you statting him in?
What? I'm sorry?
What version were you statting him in? Was this still first or second?
I believe it was second. If I hear Vivaldi, I'm going to come through this microphone. I swear to God.
No. I hear second improved on first edition, but I hear some of the math just got
second
really
is
bad.
perfect, and I won't hear you say a word.
No, second edition AD&D. Second edition AD&D was best, I have to say. Yeah, by far. But okay, so Hellraiser.
Do you still know how to calculate THACO?
I'm not.
Well, yeah,
we're not. Dude, we're not. No. Shh, no. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I'm gonna start.
Please.
I'm gonna go get dice. Stop it. Okay. So.
Back getting dice.
BRB getting dice. We are talking about horror movies now. So Hellraiser 1 and 2. We have Hazzard. What was your favorite?
Pandorum.
Can you? I know I've seen it. Can you please describe it?
Dennis Quaid. It's sort of a sci-fi horror movie. Came out in 2009. A couple of people wake up from cryogenic suspension on a spaceship with no memory, and are trying to figure out what the hell's gone on.
Oh, right. I did see that. It was good. Seemed a little, I don't want to say contrived, but like done before. I saw it and I'm like, I've seen this before.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it really good when it was Event Horizon.
That's the one. Thank you.
Event Horizon is a fucking amazing movie.
Yeah, Event Horizon's great.
Oh God,
other
we don't
amazing
need eyes where we're going.
Other amazing horror movies. I want to say one of the first movies that ever scared me ever was the first Friday the 13th.
Really?
Dude, how old were you when you saw it? And how long?
10.
And how long had it been? Yeah, it's the no. You're also a lot younger than me, and like the levels of horror. When I saw it, and I was 10. Yeah. When it first came out, that was like they didn't have like that. It's like made for TV scary now. Like first of all, there's Kevin Bacon was in that movie, and you know that I slept with my hand underneath my neck for like 2 years because of the Kevin Bacon scene.
That sentence, I gotta be honest.
Because the Kevin Bacon scene, when the hand reached out from underneath the bed and put his hand over his mouth and then stabbed an arrow through the bed through his throat. So
my mum's had a similar thing when she went and saw Jaws when she was young. She like wouldn't put her foot over the edge of the bed because she was concerned that a shark was just going to burst through her floorboards and rip it off.
Right? Hey man, I mean movies are you get engrossed in a movie and it becomes reality. It's a real it's a real thing in your mind.
Well, what an interesting thesis that I've seen someone posit is that because animals, like human beings especially, evolved such that in an environment in which anything that they saw was real, that movies have this special kind of power because even though we consciously, with our conscious brain, know that it's not real, the 100,000 years of evolution of our lizard and mammal brain and stuff is telling us that shit is actually happening.
So you're saying there are people that would actually take advantage of that, maybe?
I mean, that would be quite a coincidence.
It'd be quite a coincidence there, Goy.
I think we should put people in parentheses,
Implying. Yeah. God, I'm drawing the big implying arrow in there. You guys can't see it.
I know, right?
I'm just doing... Yeah.
We've
Is
taught
this
you well.
the signs of the rituals?
Yes. Oh.
The implying arrow? Is that a...
That has to be.
A rune?
The implying arrow has to be...
It's a sign of any ritual of Kek.
That is our holy sacrament and symbol.
It is
Well,
our
the arrow is a triangle. I'm just saying.
Oosh.
triangles are pyramids.
Not wrong. Yeah. And the pyramids was built by the Kangs. No, anyways.
Well,
Fuck. I didn't. Go
what do you lads think about movies that aren't conventional horror movies? They're not, spooky thing pops up or a guy with a knife. Like the one that I'm thinking.
No, go ahead. Let him
Pan's Labyrinth. The Cube by Jim Henson.
Oh, The Cube.
I saw that.
That is horrifying.
The Cube.
Yeah, that is too young when I saw that, and that gave me nightmares.
The Cube is.
You can only leave through your door.
Yeah.
No, personally, my thing on horror is I can't stand jump scare horror because it's like
jump scare is stupid.
Popped out, it startles you. You're not really scared. You're startled. And
you're startled, yeah, and you get your adrenaline going, and yeah.
But if
lazy.
You would love The Cube. You would love The Cube then.
I know, but I'll have to go back and rewatch it.
I don't think. Yeah, I want you to rewatch it, but I want to like record a reaction video of you watching it. But then I would have to witness the destruction of several dozen chicken wings. But no.
God damn it.
I'm sorry, dude. I had to. No. Okay.
It was more horrifying than the movie you're watching him eat.
Oh my god. So movies that really scared the shit out of me. And look, I was really young when Friday the 13th came out. I saw it. Like, I had been to summer camp a couple years in a row. So, like, the whole concept was like, Jesus Christ, I'm going to camp in Maine. Like, we went to camp in Maine. Like, Crystal Lake was in Maine. We went to a camp on a lake in Maine. So, like, it really, like, scared the shit out of me. The first year I was at camp, I was, like, scared shitless of everything because I had just seen the first Friday the 13th. And, you probably shouldn't show a 10-year-old those kind of movies, but hey, whatever. Other movies that I really loved as like horror movies, like Lair of the White Worm.
I think I've ever seen that one.
No, it's
Oh, that's my bedroom.
Ooh, good one, Adam. That's really good.
Oosh,
that's really good. That was not even set up. That was like that was good.
Alien, the first one.
Oh, the first Alien, and you know why the movie's scary, right?
Because it doesn't use cheap jump scares.
There's one jump scare, and it's the greatest jump scare in all of movie history. Is the first time when you see the alien, it's all like up in the ceiling, and that's the only. But that's the thing is, that's the only time you see the alien the entire fucking movie. Mm-hmm. The rest of the movie is suspenseful. It's very suspenseful. It's got you on the edge of your seat. You're biting your nails. The what?
The scene where the chest burster pops out. The reason everybody looks so terrified and their reactions look so genuine, nobody got told what was going to happen.
Right.
The director sprung that on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he actually.
I would imagine John Hurt knew.
Well, you would think him being the guy on the table. Yeah, other than that. Sigourney Weaver had no idea. Yaphet Kotto had no idea. And all those... Everybody, and that's true. Nobody knew what was really going to happen, and it popped out and literally scared everybody.
And that's the problem with modern horror films, is they've forgotten the art of suspense. Everything's so sort of blah, blah, blah.
It's visceral. It's the human centipede.
Yeah, everything
garbage.
Is either perpetual jump scares or it's a gore flick, either in the form of Saw, where it's just lots of violence and blood, or it's a lot of just disgusting.
Saw? True. Saw was good the first time.
The short film was pretty good. The short film.
Yes, the short film was good. And then they took it into the hour and a half, like, full-on theatrical production. I did not like it. 2, 3, 4, 5... What are they up to? Fucking Saw 16 now? I don't care.
It's torture porn. That's all it is.
It literally is torture porn. The concept of the idea, where they put the people in the room and,
Yeah.
And that's great. It's great. we get it.
That's
you know?
the thing.
It's not. You don't need to do it 7 more times.
Yeah.
The original concept. The original concept needed what? A bathroom, a chain, and 2 hacksaws.
Yeah.
And
literally, that was it.
And you could make a horror film.
Yeah. A video camera, like a lipstick camera, and yeah, that's it.
How do you guys feel about psychological horror, like films like Jacob's Ladder?
Yes.
Jacob's Ladder. Man, oh my god, I love Jacob's Ladder. I still need
to see it, but I keep hearing it's amazing.
Well, basically, it's the film that inspired Silent Hill, so it's
basically like the butterfly effect, but scary.
Good. Not shit.
You know, where it's.
Let's not start talking about the butterfly effect.
No, let's not bring Ashton Kutcher up. But that movie, that movie right there is the butterfly effect is a. We brought up MK Ultra a couple episodes ago, and that is a good how to create a and that was not Adam Weishaupt, but the guy that wrote the book How to Create a Mind Control Slave, and his name is escaping me because I didn't look it up and have it in front of me. But yeah, that's the that's it right there. That's your blueprint for how to create a mind control slave is the butterfly effect. It's basically an instructional video. It's not really a movie. Yeah. But that is a topic for another episode, which we will eventually put on a T-shirt, and that's another episode, right?
I was gonna say it's becoming our catchphrase now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's for another episode.
What do you mean becoming?
Is that our catchphrase? Is that what they say about us in Australia?
I thought our catchphrase was Cadbury's can take my house in
Australia. In Australia on daytime telly when they're talking about the Paranormies, that's definitely what they say.
We're on daytime telly? I'm kidding.
Oh yes, clearly.
Yeah,
so hey,
on television, I believe it.
Also, were you referring to Fritz Springmeier?
Yeah, that's right. It's Fritz Springmeier. Yeah, how to create an MK. Yeah, that's my book. I've moved my recording setup out of my room and into the living room again. I have that book, Fritz Springmeier's book.
The Illuminati formula used to create an undetectable total mind control slave.
Yep. And it's step for step how to do that. So if you ever want to create a mind control slave, just look that book up on Amazon. You'll have the
NSA No Bully.
What? It's a book you can buy on Amazon. It's NSA.
It's a book which has a free PDF available.
Yeah, it does actually.
Right. So yeah, there you go. I'm glad I have the hard copy.
How else do you think I managed to bag myself a 6'3" blonde?
Oh, we're gonna brag about this now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say that we're not going to be a bunch of bachelors on this show for much longer.
Oh boy.
What
do you want to tell him, Gray?
Oh, are you?
Sorry.
Oh, hold on a second. Sandy, are you married?
No, not yet. But soon.
Okay. Well, considering that as of 62-ish minutes ago, I had no idea who you were. So you don't count. So
wrecked.
He doesn't listen to the number 18 podcast on the TRS radio network.
I literally listened to the Showa, Fascination, and Rebel Yell, and
come on, you listen to like the number 26 podcast on the alt-right.
I have to listen. I have to say I do listen to the Paranormies though. I do.
The vanity listen.
Well, no, because it's like, I listen to it for the whole like things I should have said or things that somebody should have said. Yeah.
Look, is it really vain to just lie back, listen to yourself talk, fap while looking in a mirror?
That's very vain, okay?
I've never done that.
That is vain.
I don't know I did that.
Okay, Milo.
They're lying.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
what we were getting to is that our pal Greyfield Stray has gotten engaged.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Gray.
Thank you very much. It's very kind of you.
Our friend Greyfield Stray, who is a professional wrestler, is engaged to another professional wrestler.
Officially professional wrestler now.
A female professional wrestler.
Oh, have you worked for money now? Have you worked for money?
Well, no. Before I was doing it part-time, I recently bought the share in the wrestling school, so now I'm officially a trainer and a full-time wrestler, so I'm getting paid for this now. Basically, it's all great.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you're a wrestling instructor who's going to be marrying a giant Valkyrie wrestling woman.
She is amazing. She's wonderful, and she's currently the CJW Women's Champion. So I'm doing well.
Even more.
Not really. We're so small, nobody gives a shit.
Well, congratulations, brother.
Yeah. Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, you deserve it, and don't let her kick your ass too much. Implying you let her. It just kind of happens that way.
Implying I don't enjoy it.
Right, exactly. Right. Implying that's not my kink. No,
Implying implications.
I'm doing the arrow again. I'm doing it. Yeah. Okay. So back to horror movies. You know who we haven't heard from? Adam. Tell us about your horror movies that you like.
Leprechaun was really good.
Are you serious?
Did you also enjoy Troll?
I haven't seen really any. Like, I don't know any of the movies you guys are talking about.
You don't know the Hellraiser movies?
Never seen it.
Are you into horror movies at all, Adam?
No, I get too scared.
Do you know what a movie is? Have you been outside?
Yeah.
Oh, are you asking
Adam,
me all these tough questions?
Are you a real being, or just an attempt at a Turing passing AI?
Yes.
Are you now, or have you ever been a member of the Communist Party? No, wait a minute. Wrong.
Can I plead the fifth on this show?
Wait, no, you can't. Yeah, no. No, it's okay.
You don't have rights in Fashlandia.
Look, it's like this. Adam, you're not big into horror movies. It's fine. Okay. Were you scared? Did you get scared at Ghostbusters? Like, it's okay to say that Slimer made you cry. It's okay.
I haven't seen Ghostbusters.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Are you really?
Can I confess something?
Where's that redrop?
I don't. No, don't read. Please don't. No reading. No reading. No reading. What? Go ahead.
I shit myself as a child at Jurassic Park. There is no fucking way that was ever a PG.
Which scene was it? Was it the raptors in the kitchen, or?
Yeah, pretty much was the raptors in the fucking kitchen. Yeah.
You know what? The Jurassic Park, honestly, man, like, there were people that were scared of the raptors in the kitchen scene. Like, that was literally frightening for some people, because apparently,
legit.
Giant dinosaurs coming back to life is
they can use fucking doors. They've learned.
A legit fear. Yeah, these dinosaurs that don't exist can use doors. Yeah, it's okay. But no, but
there's nothing scarier than an open door.
Okay. Well, how about this? Since I haven't seen any, for my benefit and for the benefit of the audience, do you think you guys could real quick come up with like best or the must-sees, the ones you gotta
see horror movies? Okay,
yeah. Guys, we should go by genre as well. So we should possibly have a psychological horror, a thriller-style horror that's not, just based psychological.
Okay.
Some sort of like a flick that is, spoopy stuff popping up at you. And something gory or violent, so a slasher fic or something.
And can I throw in something Japanese as well? Because, they've got some good shit.
Japanese
horror,
well.
Japanese horror is a whole other level of horror, though.
We could do
Listen, we dropped nuclear weapons on them, okay? To say that anime and their horror films are like a weirdness that other human beings don't get, we dropped radiation.
I was so tempted to. I was going to be really cheeky and recommend him Lair of the Overfiend or something like that.
Oh God, stop it. Okay, so
psychological.
Okay, no, hold on a second. Anything. Now let's go back too. You've got Bela Lugosi. You've got you've got real horror going back in the 60s. Yeah, so pretty much any of that stuff.
Can't go wrong with anything with Christopher Lee in it.
Yeah, Christopher Lee, Bela Lugosi.
Anything by John Carpenter.
Boris Karloff.
Oh my God, Boris Karloff. No, Hazzard, we're going back further than John Carpenter. Yeah. No.
Can I throw in Peter Lorre as well?
Wait a minute. Who is
in some pretty fucked up shit?
Peter Lorre.
Yeah.
Why am I not?
Arsenic and Old Lace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the guy with the eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you got Jesus Christ, man. There's so many good old horror movies.
Yeah, dude. Cinema used to be.
May I recommend The Pit and the Pendulum? It's a Vincent Price film.
Yeah,
it's actually
pretty much a lot of the stuff that he did. You got the 1931 Dracula. You've got old, like all the old stuff from back in the 60s. Any of that, like you said, the Bela Lugosi, the Boris Karloff. But then you've got more modern day stuff. I don't know. Shit, if you put it in different categories, like where would you put Cabin in the Woods?
Ooh,
not
parody, isn't it? Really?
What's that?
Parody, really, isn't it? I always thought. Anyway,
Are we
I thought it was meant to be a
talking the
comedy.
remake or the original?
It's the new one is it's a classic take. It's a classic horror movie. They did a new take on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was actually funny-ish at the end. Like Scream. Where would you put Scream? Scream was huge. Not one of the,
Where would you put Evil Dead? I mean, that stuff was so over the top at times.
Right.
Evil Dead is an example of progressionism at its finest. The fact that it started out as a serious horror film, essentially, and the more it went on, exactly. The more they went on, they realized that their budget wasn't cutting it, and just thought, "So let's just go all out."
Right.
I mean, Army of Darkness probably is one of my all-time favorite films ever.
That's such a good movie.
It's so good.
It's not a horror movie, but yeah.
Somehow I have seen that one.
Also, on things that blur the lines of horror and not horror, where would people put Onibaba?
What's that?
Anywhere.
Okay, Japanese horror film, since we were talking about some of the Japanese stuff from 64. It's, I think, set in the 14th century. And it avoids all of the usual horror, like all of the usual themes in horror. But it's just so unnerving. Like you watch it and it gets described by people as horror because you watch it. It's set during a period of civil war in Japan.
Oh wow!
And there's just all of this depraved humanity, and like then you start to get it touching onto demons here and there, and it just doesn't feel right when you watch it.
Oh.
Japan's kind of fucked up. I mean, you've got like manga artists like Junji Ito. I probably pronounced that horribly wrong, but they go. Junji. Junji. Probably well remembered for the Tomy series, which was actually adapted into a movie.
Oh, the Tomy series is good.
Yeah, I mean, for those who don't know, it's about a young girl who basically latches onto men and drives them to kill her. But every time she's killed, basically she reassembles essentially, or multiplies. It's kind of
she's reanimated in a stronger form.
Yeah, and there's like a really fucked up bit where like one of her limbs is given to someone like as a transplant, and it takes over her body. And she slowly becomes Tomy, and it's
that was a plot point in Metal Gear Solid.
It's actually very similar. Actually,
exactly.
So yeah.
Okay, so other amazing horror movies. You're talking about people like you said, John Carpenter, Boris Karloff, blah blah blah. George Romero.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna say this about Romero.
Night of the Living Dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Followed up by that was the original zombie was Night of the Living Dead. The second one, he refined his formula with Dawn of the Dead. It was bigger, gorier, and funnier. And that's Romero's definitive. Man, that was.
But therein which lies his problem. Romero got so focused on sort of trying to preserve himself as the king of the zombies that his later movies got
you did
so
Day of the
bad.
Dead.
He did
Land
what?
of the Dead.
Yeah,
Diary of the Dead.
Yeah, he did all. Yeah,
exactly.
Survival. Which I misread when I was younger and I was reading through a summary of Romero before I'd watched his stuff. I'd always read Diary of the Dead as Dairy of the Dead. And I was just looking forward to some like mad
bunch of lactose intolerant zombies just farting their way across country. Yeah.
Didn't we do that with Black Sheep, pretty much?
Right. Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay. Hold on. Iconic, not scary. Iconic. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, I'll give you that. It's
Iconic, yeah, definitely. You need to watch it to understand the canon.
The Ring.
Yes, I'd say that.
Ringu is better, but The Ring is.
Oh, Ringu, obviously. Yeah, Ringu. That's the Japanese version, but yeah.
Yeah, he was a great drummer.
Yeah, but Ringu did nothing.
No.
Let's do
not
this.
the dumbest beetle. We're not talking about the dumbest beetle right now. All right, The Fly.
No,
It was Thomas the Tank Engine. You leave him alone.
he was.
I'd say definitely under psychological.
The Fly? Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. There's a line in that movie
Oh yes,
where they show the fly trapped in the spider's web, and you just hear, "Help me! Help me!" And that's just something about that is so creepy because you've anthropomorphized a fly that's being, it's humanized, and it's getting eaten by an actual animal.
Well, it is effectively, it is a human.
Right, exactly.
It's a human that's been combined with a fly, so it's not just an anthropomorphized fly.
Right, it's an actual human that's been mixed.
It's an actual human. Yeah.
Right, which makes it that much, more, not scary, but
again, it's unnerving.
It's
It
unnerving.
gets under your skin.
That's what it is. It's unnerving. Yeah. Okay.
Right, can I
Poltergeist.
flip this on its head? What's the worst horror movie you've ever seen?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Worst one I've seen.
The worst horror movie?
Like, ever. If you could pinpoint the worst one
Oh,
you've ever seen.
Jesus
And I can tell
God!
I can tell you what
Time.
mine is because I saw it last week for the first time.
What is it?
Shark Exorcist.
Oh, are we gonna go there with movies that never were made it out of the VCR?
That wasn't
No,
even. That wasn't even made to be a serious movie.
This was a sci-fi original, I think.
No, let's go. No. Let's go real horror movies.
Sci-fi originals do not count.
Yeah, sci-fi originals don't count. That's like saying Sharknado 2 was a legit thing.
Sharknado 3 was because Chris Jericho was in it. Anything he's in is escalated to that point.
Listen,
He gave us a gift to Jericho.
Fozzy is a good band,
They are a good band, actually.
but other
Fozzy is
than that-
amazing. I've seen Fozzy.
Have you?
Same here.
They're actually not bad live. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Shitty horror movies. Oh man.
But where do you start?
Basket
So,
Case.
criteria, they have to be a fairly large cinematic release. We'll say that much.
Basket Case.
I'm going to disagree. I fucking love Basket Case.
Okay, you have a literal stuffed animal as the bad guy. It's it's not stuffed. It's like one of those
It's a walking tumor. It's amazing.
rubby. It's like a rubber bad guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
It'd be just terrible claymation, but it's
Yeah.
fun. I like kind of. I don't think that can be really the worst.
all right. Okay. Oh god, there's so many bad ones.
Worst is
Puppet Master 3. Puppet Master 4. Once you start getting into
any Hellraiser after Hellraiser 2.
thank you. I believe I said that a little while ago. Yeah. Any Hellraiser
about
after
Ginger
Hellraiser 2.
Dead Man?
What about what?
Ginger Dead Man.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Leprechaun 2.
What?
Leprechaun, yeah.
Leprechaun was
This one
okay.
might be-
Leprechaun was okay. It was campy. It was scary. It was jumpy. It was gross. And there were boobs. So, it
Oh
had
shit!
all
Did you guys ever see Santa's Sleigh?
Oh God.
Santa Slay. SLAY.
Yeah.
Yes,
Starring Bill Goldberg.
Yeah.
It was amazingly bad.
Goldberg.
I'm gonna
Holy
say
shit.
My worst film was Doomsday. It is the only movie where I have I literally just I saw it in theaters with my family. I stopped watching it and started reading a book on my phone instead. It was that bad.
Oosh.
See, those are the worst kind of movies. The
Didn't
ones that
even
are
hold
just
your attention.
boring. You know.
Chud 2 was a horrible movie. Chud was
was a
cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. Chud 2, Chud the something. Chud's my bud or some shit like that. I don't know,
What the fuck?
It was like, I don't know what the fuck Chud 2.
Are you just making this up now?
No, Chud 2. Look, dude, somebody Google. We need an intern.
Chuds and Spuds.
We need an intern to Google shit.
That's like me saying, well, my favorite movie is Mafrano and Yen.
No, I'm not.
Chud 2, Bud the Chud.
Thank you, Bud the Chud. Thank you, Hazzard.
That sounds like a porn.
Yeah.
Wait, that was an actual thing.
Yes. I saw Chud. It scared the shit out of me. Heard about Chud 2, saw it, like giggled the whole way through. I'm like, this is retarded. Okay, you know what's a really scary movie? Food of the Gods. When I was a kid.
I've never seen it.
It's where the shit, all the animals eat it and they grow to like giant size and the rats attack people and there's like leeches, giant like very vicious leeches coming out of like faucets and people taking showers and shit. That was always one of the things that bothered me was like in the 80s there was always a lot of horror movies that involved a girl taking a shower and something coming out of the fucking shower head.
Well, on the topic of that, what about Jack Frost?
Oh, fuck yes. In which a snowman rapes a woman.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, literally, there's a scene where, like, this woman, she's trapped in the corner in a freezer, and the snowman's slowly moving towards her, and you notice that the nose is missing, and then it starts bumping her repeatedly.
Okay, Jack Frost has got to be on there for dumbest horror movies.
But it's funny you mention
also really shitty porn.
There's a horror movie called Slugs, which is pretty much what it sounds like. It's
Can we just say that the horror genre probably has the top 20 shitty movies of all time in it.
It's
also
cinema, let's face it.
Greyfield.
Yeah.
The rape scene did not take place in a freezer, and the reason I brought it up is the rape scene took place in a shower. Like in one of those shower bath things. He comes up through the plug hole because he could dissolve himself.
Oh, was it?
And he comes up.
Okay, so again, another shitty horror movie with something happening to somebody in the shower.
Look, we needed to know the semantics of the rape, okay? We needed to know exactly where it took place. And how.
Why is it that, like, okay, and let's just get this out of the way.
Yeah.
The black people always die first.
Because
I don't want a decent character to die off.
Because
what happens if you've got a cast of only black people? Doesn't nobody die?
There's never been a horror movie. Well, yeah, there it is. It's called Every Day at just the food stamps office or whatever. But oh god. All right, enough. Has there been an all? Yeah, it was Blackula. Remember Blackula with Snoop Dogg as the.
Was that even a horror movie though? I mean, it was horrific that they thought it might be decent.
Right? Is that a picture? Oh my god.
That is exactly what you think it is.
That is exactly what I thought it was. Okay, we're gonna. Hey, Adam, you're gonna have to put that in the show notes. I think Adam is off watching the rape scene. Are you here?
Could you please describe to our audience what you are looking at?
Okay, I'm looking at a pair.
Me on the left.
Me in the middle. That's me in the middle, bro. We're looking at a very shapely female thigh and calf bent at the knee, and a carrot kind of diving between them.
In a thick, goopy substance.
In a thick... No, that's like the bathwater or whatever the fuck. Jesus fucking Christ.
Dude, that's
you guys are linking... You know what? This is a family show.
No, it is.
This is a family show.
The first picture that's me on the left.
That is me on the left for sure. So, worst horror movies. We've gone best horror movies, worst horror movies.
I would like to give a shout out to what about some horror TV series? Or like TV series that have horror elements. The first one that comes to mind is several episodes of the original Twilight Zone, border on the horrific.
Oh, the old Twilight Zones.
Especially when it comes to body horror and existential horror.
Yes. That one episode that's been spoofed a couple of times where, well, at least I have my books. And he picks up his glasses and his glasses are broken. I'm all alone. And I have my books. And there's just so many. There's a lot of psychological horror to old Twilight Zones.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you have the Children of the Corn stuff.
Oh man. We forgot. Yeah, the original Children of the Corn. You talk about movies that give me the fucking woogity boogities. Just thinking about it.
I've never actually seen Children of the Corn.
You know, like the heebity-jeebities, whatever, you know, yeah.
I don't know about those heebity-jeebities. I only know about one kind of heebs.
You know... Yes. Okay, so back into amazing horror films, then we're not talking about the heebs because they make all the movies. We're talking about The Thing, the 1982 movie The Thing. Very
amazing.
Very scary.
Dude, body horror, monsters, existential horror, it throws it all together.
Mm-hmm, well, let me tell you the thing about the thing. Hey, there you go. It's all animatronic. It's all practical effects. There's no CGI, and I think that's one of the key elements to it. Is everything you see is to an extent real.
Yeah.
It's there. You know, there's no jiggery there's jiggery pokery, but you know, there's no CG. So.
Oh no, that movie was great. Okay, so Psycho.
Ooh, yeah.
Psycho can be seen as the film that birthed the slasher genre, right?
Yeah.
And the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was an integral step in the process of the slasher genre, making things more visceral. But the truly iconic, like, definitive movie in the subgenre where the slasher was the right?
Yeah.
Halloween.
Oh
yeah.
And again,
and we're brought back around
to John Carpenter.
Ooh. Well, the thing with Halloween was that mask was actually a William Shatner mask.
It was a William Shatner mask painted white. Yup.
What?
Yup. That's yes.
Yep.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah.
No.
Nope. Literally has probably one of the scariest scenes in all of movie history. The scene where the girl Jamie Lee Curtis is trying to hide from Michael Myers. So Laurie is trying to hide from Michael Myers. She crouches down inside the closet. She gets the door shut, but that's not going to stop him. He's just smashing the door. And like, it's the first time you see Michael's mask. It's like, that was like the iconic. Like, you didn't know who was chasing this girl, and then all of a sudden he smashed the door, and then the lightning strikes, and there's his mask. Like, literally one of the scariest scenes in all of horror. And before that,
and it has some very, very iconic music.
Oh yeah, it's one of the best. I don't want to get our episode monetized this week. I would play it. But it has one of the greatest horror, the piano. Put it
in the show notes.
I'll put it in the show notes. You know what's coming when you hear that sound.
Do you know, I actually for years thought it was Tubular Bells. It's
really?
not, but
really?
Yeah, I for years thought it was Tubular Bells. I don't know why. It just they sound very similar when they start. So
and then going back.
Yeah.
The original, like, gross slasher film. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Like I said, Psycho was the first slasher film because, the shower scene. But Chainsaw, it elevated and de-elevated simultaneously the genre with it was almost disturbing levels of sadism for the time. It was I don't want to say that. Well, no, it was really a precursor for both the slasher and the torture porn genres. If it wasn't for Leatherface, we would have no Hostel.
Yeah,
which
I
is
agree. And Hostel.
Oh God, I won't watch
the ankle scene alone.
I still haven't seen the whole thing. I won't. There's no reason. I get it. I know what happens. I don't need to see it. It's fine. Okay. Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah, good. May I throw one out?
Sure.
Candyman.
Oh, Candyman.
Oh,
is one of the best, and it brings like the modern, like, urban legend into, like, your Freddy Krueger. Your urban legends are Freddy Krueger, Candyman, like alligators in the sewers. Like those are your big urban legends. And by the way, we're gonna do an urban legends episode. By the way,
it's basically a take on the Bloody Mary urban legend. The saying the name into the mirror 3 times. But here's the weird thing about it: almost every culture on Earth has a version of that.
Weird, isn't it?
Summoning through mirrors. Yeah.
Yeah. Summoning through the name 3 times. It's very strange. It's almost like we fear mirrors. What it is?
Right?
Well, the ability to recognize oneself in the mirror isn't something which is universal across the animal kingdom. Even amongst animals, you would perceive as being somewhat intelligent.
Have you seen that video?
Evolution.
Have you seen that video where they put a mirror like in the jungle and different animals come up to it? And some of them will attack the reflection. Yeah, they're all like, "Fuck you, motherfucker!" And then some of them are like, "Oh, okay, that's me."
Yeah.
So
it seems that the big cats, the cats kind of notice.
Don't recognize. Yeah, something that you don't recognize quite as you in the mirror, but is also human. That just it might be a hold off or like a throwback in our mind.
That's interesting. I never thought about it like that. Yeah.
I mean, mirrors are. I mean, every culture in the world has some weird legends and rumors, etc., about mirrors.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If someone dies around them, the mirror can dies around a mirror. The mirror can trap the soul.
Yeah, definitely.
The way you say mirror hurts my ears.
It's mirror. Can you say it again? Mirror.
Mirror.
Not marrow.
Mirrors.
I don't know what a mirror is. Oh, God damn it.
Okay. Color with crowns.
Moving on, we talked about this guy last week because...
oh, God, it's Jim Fetzer, isn't it?
How did you know? Oh, my God.
Will you stop your online feud with Jim Fetzer? It's never going to happen.
Adam, listen. Adam, we are going to meme... We are going to meme an Adam Haidt Jim Fetzer interview into reality.
Forget interview. I'm going to meme them a wrestling match.
You're going to meme them. You're going to meme them like a cage match. No, I'm talking about the great moon hoaxer, Stanley Kubrick.
The real perpetrator of the September 11th, 2001 attacks.
Yes. Stanley Kubrick.
Well, I've never been to New York. I think those towers were CGI.
Okay. It's Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
Yeah.
Tell me that movie isn't here's Johnny isn't psychological horror. It isn't it's visual horror. It's there's jump scares.
Well, dude, he practically was torturing his actors and actresses throughout the entirety of the time.
Yeah, Kubrick was...
Yeah, it has everything in it.
I think The Shining might be the epitome of the genre of horror as a whole. Because of the amount of different points it hits on.
It is the horror genre of Citizen Kane.
What's that?
It is the horror genre of Citizen Kane.
Yes, thank you. That's a good way. Yes, and actually, the next one that I'm going to bring up, I think I'm going to call them 1 and 1A, and that's Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, yes. I still can't watch that movie.
Right.
Yes.
And as much as Psycho, no, hold on.
Amazing.
As much as Psycho and The Exorcist. And are like, the be-all, end-all, just horror movies, right? But Silence of the Lambs and The Shining cover so many different points in the horror, on the checklist of horror movies. You've got your jump scare, you've got your psychological thriller, you've got your, where, I don't know what it's called, where they get you thinking one thing, but it's actually another thing. They have you
your red herring
switch.
Red herring, whatever. Yeah, bait and switch, whatever you want to call it.
Basically have they basically have everything except for the recent innovation of the whole just torture porn, which frankly,
hold on a second. Well, The Shining and Silence of the Lambs does have some torture porn. It puts the lotion on its skin and it's fucking lotion on your skin. Yeah. You've got a fat chick.
That was normal. Like I just thought that was regular oven posting.
Well, you're not a normal human being, sir. So it's got a little bit of torture porn. It's got psychological. It's got jump scares. It's got a little tiny bit of gore, with like just the little scenes and whatever. They touch on
even also just the implied gore.
Yes,
the implied gore where
is even better.
Is talking about, I ate his what's the line? I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
And a nice Chianti, yeah. It's just yeah. The whole the breathing thing where he's like he made the guy choke to death on his own tongue, like those things, just by talking.
Can I throw one out from left field here? Because it's a guy I think we should have really spoken more about, and that's Hitchcock. I know we mentioned Psycho, but the guy really was the master of early horror.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen the film Rebecca?
I have not seen Rebecca.
I haven't seen Rebecca. I've heard of it, but
I've actually never even heard of it either.
Basically, it stars Joan Fontaine and Florence Bates, and what happens is a woman meets a man, they fall in love, they get married. She now becomes the second Mrs. De Winter. So she's like it's sort of the replacement for his previous wife. But like her.
Is this the one where he starts trying to make her into the previous wife?
Yes, a little bit of that, and it's more the maid sort of slowly torturing her and trying to persuade her to kill herself.
Oh, okay. I have seen this. This is really this is a creepy movie.
It's fucked up.
Very creepy. Yeah.
It's very unpleasant. There's just not a thing about it.
Yeah.
It's like if it was a color, it would be like the blackest black.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's a really creepy movie. But then you have so you have Hitchcock, you have Psycho, you have Rebecca, The Birds. The Birds. Man, that movie freaked me out for long. I saw that when I was a kid, and like every time I saw a big cluster of birds,
one stuck with me.
Oh, I was like, I don't want to have my eyes pecked out, I just don't. And then, of course, the number one, according to 10 different websites here, the number one horror movie of all time, The Exorcist.
Yeah, The Exorcist was good. It was so good. But it's not the worst. It's not the best possessed child movie. I would say The Omen is better.
Oh, The Omen, yeah, better. Yeah. They're both really good. And then of course you got Psycho. You've got Jaws.
One that we haven't brought up in general. While we're talking about like authors and directors and so on. Like, we'd be loath to not bring it up because we'll get a lot of hate in the comments if we don't, but we need to talk a bit about Stephen King.
Oh. Well, we have
monster.
It was a very scary movie, even though it was made for television. And then we were talking about that earlier with the different clowns they've seen.
We were talking about it, but we weren't talking about
Pet Sematary.
We weren't talking about Stephen King in general.
Right, Pet Sematary.
Did you read the book?
Misery.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
All his books.
Needful Things.
He's the quintessential horror movie writer.
Dreamcatcher. Who said that?
His ghostwriters are the quintessential horror writers. No bully, Stephen King.
Right. He probably hasn't written a book in how long?
Yeah.
To be fair, I think that I'd like to reassert this as probably one of the worst horror movies ever made. Dreamcatcher was awful.
Oh, and at the same time, by the way, we're also if Stephen King can have ghostwriters, then of course so did other writers that wrote a lot of stuff like Shakespeare and Tolkien and
Tom Clancy.
Yeah, exactly.
The Dead write a lot of books then.
The Dead write a lot of books. They do. It's weird.
Well, they write more than just books. Look at Tupac Shakur.
What?
To be fair, from what I gathered of, and not that I really give a damn about what Tupac did, but he had a ton of stuff recorded before he died that happened. Like, I don't know. There's songs. Songs are easier to record than you write books.
That's kind of a thing for artists. You know, they pass away and then their record companies start milking them for all their worth. Hell,
yeah, they're like, oh look, we found this scribbling on a thing in his desk. Yeah. We'll turn it into a song. Yeah.
Well, look at Jeff Buckley. He only ever released one album in life, and then posthumously there were a couple of. I think he might have had a live album, but posthumously he had a couple of live albums, a full double album,
right?
And then a re-release a double album with extra tracks.
Right, but his estate makes all that money.
Just went for a swim one night, swam under a ferry.
Yeah,
but that's for another episode.
Yeah, no, okay. So back to Jaws.
Jaws.
How many people did that movie keep from going swimming?
Not Jeff Buckley.
Not Jeff Buckley, but Jaws. God damn it, Greyfield!
No one in Dingoland because we thought it was a news report.
Right, you guys are like, well, that happened on Thursday, so whatever. Yeah, no, it's for you guys.
Holy crap, they made a feature film of it.
Yeah, for you guys, like, seeing great whites is no big deal, right?
Boy, Bruce, they've got your leg.
We see enough of my favorite story, and this goes slightly into real life horrific events. A boy, I think he was only 11 or 12, got attacked by a shark while out going for a morning surf. So he gets back to the beach, goes home, tells his parents. They call up the ambulance, realize he hasn't had breakfast, so they make toast. And he eats some toast after the shark attack, waiting for the ambulance. So there's some real life horror.
Right.
What the fuck is wrong with your people?
He walked home, though. He walked home. No, he obviously wasn't completely dead because he walked home.
No, he was bleeding quite badly, but
right.
they figured, ambulance is coming.
Okay, so the movie Jaws was scary for a lot of people that weren't Australian, because we don't get attacked by sharks every regular
Thursday. I think
Thursday, whatever day that was.
Yes, Thursdays when we get attacked by sharks.
But
so the creating.
I have to say,
next Tuesday.
I have to say that Jaws scared the shit out of me. It was one of the first things my dad, like, when I went to my dad's for the summer every year because my parents were divorced. We went to my dad's, and my dad had a boat, and we go out fishing like 5 days a week. We go out fishing, and 5 days a week, him and whatever my dad and his friends would jump off the boat and go swimming, and we're way out in the ocean. They just jump out, and I'm all like, I just saw Jaws. I'm not getting in the water. Like, there was no. I was probably 7.
Was it the head scene?
The head scene
when they find the wrecked boat.
Oh man, it was everything about the movie. The fact that we were out in an area that looked like, off in New York, because it was Connecticut. It's the same freaking water. That shark was probably there and was going to eat me. I'm not getting in the water. No, well, I might. And actually, I think Jaws has affected me to the point where, like, as an adult, I have been. Like, when I was in the Navy and I was like, I actually had like a sidearm and stuff with me when I jumped in the water. I was fine. But there's times as a grown-up when I'm like, I don't really want to get in the water without a weapon.
Well, it's one of those.
Because there's sharks.
Scared the shit out of so many people because it touches on a very deep, very primal fear. Yeah. We understand that in the ocean, we aren't the top of the food chain.
Right.
We're right at the bottom. We are not evolved or adapted for that sort of environment.
As I've said many times, humans are only the top of the food chain because sharks can't fly. If sharks could fly, there wouldn't be people. And the people go, well, no, we have guns. We wouldn't have evolved that far.
You need to be aware of the land shark menace, quite frankly.
Dude, sharks are beautiful, evolutionarily speaking.
They're amazing. They're amazing.
We're also only top of the food chain because saltwater crocodiles don't have opposable thumbs.
Right. There's 3 things we're lucky of. Yes, that everything in Australia hasn't migrated off the island and killed the rest of the world.
Including the dingoes.
Right. No, you guys know. That's why, like, Australians are the toughest people on the face of the planet because all the flora and fauna can kill you.
Well, let's be fair
Yeah,
here.
but it's all retarded, so it's okay.
Let's be fair here. What does it say about Britain, though, that we can send our scum of the earth to a godforsaken desert, island, and they go and turn it into a
Greyfield, you
first world
didn't
country?
get your Rule Britannia segment last episode. You're probably not going to get it.
I'm getting it this section.
Okay.
Not getting it this episode.
So, sharks don't fly, therefore people. Because people have to sleep. Sharks don't have to sleep. They do two things. What do? They eat and they make baby sharks. That's it. That's all sharks do. They don't do anything else. So, we're lucky they stay in the water. And what did you say? We're lucky that saltwater crocodiles don't have opposable thumbs. I don't doubt that that's untrue either, because their reptilian brain could have devised a way to take out civilization if they had opposable thumbs. Could you imagine a crocodile with being able to grab things with no?
I think they were called velociraptors in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, they called them velociraptors. Yeah.
No, guys, that feel when it's the crocodile grabs the Australian and sticks his thumb up his butthole.
Oosh.
Wow. Alrighty then. So, are we still talking about horror movies? What's going on, guys? We're coming up.
We're talking about sharks having wings now. So
Yeah, we're coming up. We're coming up.
Is
on
that a Sharknado?
Oh, for Christ's sake! We're talking about worst horror movies anything sci-fi has put out ever. Sharknado, Megalodon, Sharknado 2, Megalodon 2, Sharknado 3, Megalodon 3, Sharktopus. That's a thing.
Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf.
remake of the Twilight Zone.
I remember when I said I didn't want Rees on the show. I am reeing internally. I am reeing internally so hard right now. Like, oh my god!
I think we should wrap up.
I think that this has been a great show. Super shit posty. However, no, we have 4 more weeks of Halloween and coming up. We are going to be doing a live show on Halloween weekend. We will let you know next episode exactly what day that's going to be. So
you want to mention the Twitter stuff?
Will it be purely just a live show, or will it be a call-in show?
No, it's going to be a live show with the call-ins.
Oh shit!
Yeah, with call-ins.
I think
we can talk shit about our fans live.
We can talk to all 5 of our fans. No, all you guys that listen to the Paranormies, we love you all. We really do. It's great. We have a Twitter, Hazzard.
At @the_Paranormies. If you have something that's longer than 140 characters, you can send it to paranormiespresent@gmail.com. If you want to throw a couple of bucks our way, our PayPal is also that.
All right. Dude, I like this episode. This was fun.
This
really was fun.
Unstructured.
Sandy, it was a pleasure having you on, man.
Yeah, Sandy, this was cool, man. You know, Hazzard told me that you were just a space nerd, and no, you know horror stuff too. So he said all these things about like nerdiness and stuff.
To be fair, he and I have been playing Kerbal Space Program and spurging.
Yeah.
So
complete
super
space
spurging.
autism. But that's for another episode.
Well, what I thought
that's for another episode.
Someone on here with an actual classy accent, so you know.
What I thought we were all holding that down over here in America.
Well, if you wanted, I could speak in Australian. Hi, but nah, man, Strine's a little bit better. Let's stick with this one for the next few episodes.
All right, guys, thanks for joining me after my 14-hour wage cucking debacle of paying my way to TRS-Mania.
Is that? I thought that was.
That's a meme.
Secret.
That's a meme.
No, they've announced it officially.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Johnny Monoxide. This has been the Paranormies present the Ahnenerbe Hour with Hazzard, McRee, Adam Haidt, Greyfield Stray, and our buddy Sand Groper.
I love you.
We're going to talk to you guys next week. Hang on a second. We're going to take you out with another creepypasta, and we'll talk to you guys next week. See you.
More advocates.
Catch you later, chaps.
Later.
You guys are a bunch of weird.
I don't really remember what happened before it all went dark. I think I was in the car. All I can remember was the loud noise, some screech of metal on metal, and then nothing. I woke up in this beeping place. I'm not sure where I am because I can't seem to open my eyes. Silly, isn't it? I can definitely feel the blanket on top of me and the beep, beep, beep beside me, but I can't open my eyes or talk or move. People come to poke at me every now and then. I always try to talk to them. Can someone tell me what happened to my eyes? I can't open them. I try to say, but my vocal cords don't seem to want to cooperate, so I guess I'll just wait. These people seem to know what they're doing. They poke in the same places every time, sometimes with their fingers, sometimes with a sharp thing with no name. They don't really say much, these people. They just come, poke, sigh, and go. Someone opened my eye today and held a flashlight over it. It hurt. I couldn't tell them to stop, but just the movement of my eye felt amazing. Did you know if you don't open your eyes for a long time, they can stick to your eyelids? Yeah, I didn't. I do now. It didn't hurt though. It just felt good when it unstuck. Someone's been holding my hand and reading me stories. There's 7 chapters into Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets now. I'd tell them that I already read them, but I can't. They hold my hand sometimes and just sit with me, and so it's just me, them, and the beep, beep, beep. I think it's my mom. She was crying today. I wanted to make her happy and not sad, but something's definitely wrong with my arms because I couldn't hug her better. I'll have to tell her when I can that I wanted to help. So people came into the room while my mom was crying. Said that she would leave, that she shouldn't be here for this, but I didn't recognize a voice. I didn't want Mom to go. I was scared. She cried louder, said, "No, he's still there," and I wanted to shout, "Of course I am! Where would I have gone?" And then everyone left. Mom came back a little bit later. She was sniffling. She sat down and started crying a bit louder and louder until she was almost screaming. And then she hit me. Right in the face. I couldn't tell what I'd done wrong, but she hit me again and again and again. I couldn't say sorry or cry or stop or only sit there until the men came and took her away. 2 of the men stayed though, and they were mumbling, and I couldn't make out what they were saying until I caught the word coma. I wanted to scream, shake, jump up, slap him, something, but I couldn't. I couldn't say stop. I couldn't say please, I'm here, I can hear you, please don't do this, nothing. I can only sit there while they poke me with a sharp thing with no name that must be a needle. The beep, beep, beep turned into a beep, beep, and I felt myself getting tired. I wanted to ask what they were doing, but they thought it would help me to slow the beeping down. I couldn't stop them. I was screaming at the top of my lungs, but I wasn't moving. I don't want to die. I don't want to fade away. I need to hug my mom, tell her everything's okay, tell her I'm here and I'm fine. I don't think I'll get the chance now.